Hi there. I'm Dr. Rose, and today I want to talk to you about something that might feel a little delicate, but it's real. It's something science has long confirmed, but society still tends to stay silent about. Especially for people our age, it often feels like an invisible gap, never filled with true understanding or compassion. I know this isn't an easy topic for most people to bring up, but I'm not here to judge. I'm here to walk beside you. Today we're going to talk about a completely natural and deeply powerful act that very few people over 60 are willing to truly acknowledge: masturbation. I get you might have raised an eyebrow just now. But please don't look away. I'm not here to shock you. I'm here to gently remind you of something still very much alive inside you, a part that may have been buried beneath back pain, blood pressure meds, and long, lonely evenings in a familiar room. Let me paint a picture for you. An older man in his late 60s living alone after losing his partner. He's healthy, eats clean, takes his morning walks, sleeps on time. But the nights they feel empty, not because he misses someone in bed, but because he's lost connection with his own body. He was one of my patients, and in one honest conversation he asked me, "Doctor, am I too old to still think about?" That I held his hand, looked him in the eyes and said, "No, you're not too old, you're alive, and you still feel. That's what matters most. Have you ever felt that way? That you should shut down your desires, your needs, just because society decided what's appropriate for your age? If you have, then, I want to say this to you today. Your body is still vibrant, and you absolutely have the right to reconnect with it, not for anyone else's approval, but for your own well-being. Science isn't staying silent anymore. In fact, numerous respected studies have shown that masturbation in older adults isn't just safe. It can bring profound benefits to your heart, health, prostate function, mental wellness, and even your sense of independence. But beyond biology or medicine, what I really want to say is this. Give yourself permission to feel joy, no matter how many candles are on your birthday cake. Let go of those old whispers that say, "You shouldn't be like that at your age." Because here's the truth, self-love, whether it's a delicious meal, a soft melody, or a quiet personal moment, is always worthy of respect. And if this is the first time you're truly hearing this, thank you for staying, for being brave, for opening your heart. We'll keep going together with truth, with knowledge, and with compassion to understand why masturbation isn't just a biological reflex, but a meaningful part of living fully and aging gracefully. I'm Dr. Rose, and if you're ready, let's move forward. There's so much more to say, and even more worth rediscovering honestly, humanly, and without shame. Number 1, heart health. When people talk about heart health, most folks immediately think of walking more, eating bland foods, and taking their meds on time. And yes, all of that is important. But there's a little hidden truth that honestly very few people talk about, even in the doctor's office. You see, after years of working with middle-aged and older adults, I've come to realize something: the heart doesn't just beat for blood. It beats for emotion, for release, for those rare moments when we allow ourselves to truly feel alive. There was a study published in 2016, very credible, that followed over 100 men. The results: those who kept a regular sex life, including solo activity like masturbation, had lower blood pressure and a significantly lower risk of heart attacks. It might sound simple, but it's scientifically backed. Why is that? Because when you reach climax, even by yourself, your body releases oxytocin and endorphins. These feel-good hormones help slow your heart rate, lower your cortisol, the stress hormone, and improve blood flow. And if you've ever felt calm or relieved after a private moment alone, that's not your imagination. That's your body recovering. That's your heart thanking you. Now, I'm not saying you should replace heart medication with masturbation, absolutely not. But what I am saying is this: you deserve to have a healthy, respectful relationship with your own body. Because that too helps protect your heart, in a natural, human way. So, if anyone's ever told you, At your age, you shouldn't be thinking about that stuff anymore. Just smile. Because they don't know that sometimes, keeping the rhythm of life is keeping the rhythm of the heart. Number 2. Prostate health. The prostate sounds like a technical term most people don't pay attention to, until it starts waking you up 3 or 4 times a night or turning urination into a constant worry. I remember one patient, in his 70s, tough-looking guy, once sat across from me, eyes a little red, and said, "Doc, why do I feel like I'm slowly losing what makes me a man?" I got it, and I told him something I want to share with you today too. The prostate isn't just some random organ, it's quietly tied to a man's sense of identity. And the amazing thing is, you can care for it in a completely natural way by ejaculating regularly. Yes, even through masturbation. In 2016, a major Harvard Medical School study made waves. Men who ejaculated at least 21 times a month had a significantly lower risk of prostate cancer than those who didn't. Why? Because every ejaculation helps clean out potential irritants or harmful buildups inside the prostate. Put simply, you're helping your body detox itself. No expensive drugs, no invasive treatments, just allowing yourself to live honestly, gently, consistently, and without shame. Now look, I'm not promoting recklessness, but I do encourage you to listen to your body and understand this. Keeping your prostate healthy isn't just about medicine. It's also an act of self-respect, of self-care. So, if you've ever wondered, does something that small even matter at my age? Here's my answer. It's not small, it's part of a much bigger picture of aging well, where you're still full of life and still absolutely worthy of care, inside and out. Number 3, mental and emotional care. I want you to sit with me for a moment and be really honest with yourself. Have you ever felt empty in the quiet of the night? Not because it's too quiet, but because something inside feels lifeless, like you've lost connection with your own body, with your own soul. Getting older brings many gifts, calmness, wisdom, even freedom. But it also brings long pauses, moments where joy, intimacy, and emotional warmth seem to slowly fade. One of my patients, a 68-year-old woman, once said something I've never forgotten, "Doctor, I still want to feel like a woman, not like someone whose part in life is over." And I think that's true for many men I've met as well. You know what masturbation, even just a quiet private moment, can be a small doorway, a path back to yourself. When you reach climax, your brain releases dopamine and endorphins, the feel-good chemicals. They reduce anxiety, lift your mood, help you sleep better, and bring a sense of lightness. A 2018 study published in Sexual Medicine Reviews found that older adults who maintain a sexual life, including masturbation, tend to think more clearly, stay emotionally balanced, and have stronger mental resilience. That made me realize sometimes mental health doesn't come from a pill or a therapist's office, but from giving yourself permission. Permission to feel joy, to feel connection, to feel alive. Please remember this: emotions don't age, and affection, whether from someone else or from your own hands, has the same power to heal. So don't treat it as something shameful. Treat it as a form of self-love. A small ritual that tells your spirit, "I'm still here. I still matter." Number 4, the pelvic floor. There's a part of your body you might not have thought much about, until one day it just doesn't work like it used to. I'm talking about the pelvic floor muscles, tiny muscle groups deep inside your pelvis that control urination, support your organs, and play a big role in sexual function. Have you ever sneezed and had to quickly brace yourself, or tried to maintain an erection but your body didn't quite cooperate? That's your pelvic floor talking. And here's the interesting part. Every time you masturbate, you're actually giving those muscles a gentle workout. Most people think only women after childbirth need pelvic floor exercises. But in all my years working with older men, I've found the opposite to be true. Men over 60 are the ones who need to care for this area the most. Why? Because when these muscles weaken, you can experience urinary leakage, less control over erections, or even reduced sensation during those deeply personal moments. And that's not just a physical issue. It's about control, it's about dignity, it's about still being you no matter your age. Some of my patients combine gentle masturbation with Kegel exercises, simply squeezing and releasing the muscles you'd use to stop urine flow. A few times a day, a few minutes each time. No gym needed, no equipment required. The result? They not only feel stronger, but more confident because they've regained a sense of control over their own bodies. So, if you've ever felt shy or embarrassed about this topic, try shifting your perspective. You're not doing anything wrong. You're caring for a part of your health that's often overlooked, but deeply essential. And I believe this with all my heart. The more a person understands their own body, the longer, stronger, and more truthfully they live. Number 5. Let go of the myths. You know, what keeps me up at night isn't the symptoms. It's the silence. Silence from shame. Silence because somewhere along the way someone said, "At your age, you shouldn't think about that anymore." And that right there is one of the biggest myths that many people carry with them into old age, that masturbation is wrong, that it's only for the young, that even mentioning it is disrespectful or indulgent. But from a medical perspective, let me be clear. There's absolutely nothing dirty about taking care of your own body with awareness, moderation, and self-love. There's no scientific evidence that masturbation causes memory loss, fatigue, or harms your health. Those beliefs are just echoes from a time when sexuality was taboo, not facts. Another myth, that masturbation will drive a wedge between you and your partner. On the contrary, many couples over 60, who I've had the honor of working with, have rekindled intimacy by having open conversations about their emotional and physical needs. It can start with you. With simply listening to your body, find a quiet, comfortable space. An evening with no interruptions, soft music, warm lighting. You don't need to rush. You don't need anyone's permission. All you need is yourself and the consent of your own heart. And if you're feeling unsure, maybe because of a medical condition, medication, or your body not feeling the same, talk to your doctor. No question is weird if it helps you understand and care for yourself better. I often tell my patients, aging isn't about losing. It's about returning to what's simple, to what's real. And if you've stayed with me until this very moment, I have a feeling you're already on that journey of returning. Thank you for being here with your courage and open heart. Keep caring for yourself, not just to live longer, but to live deeper, to live meaningfully. Because I truly believe this, you're never too old to love, including loving yourself. Dear friend, if today's video helped you feel a little lighter, a little more heard, a little less alone in the things we rarely talk about, then I think we just did something beautiful together. We opened a small sky where aging isn't filled with silence, but with truth and freedom. I know today's topic wasn't easy to talk about, but you just by listening with compassion proved something powerful. It's never too late to learn to grow or to love yourself. If you found this message meaningful, please hit the like button. It lets me know you're still out there. And if you'd like to keep walking with me through more videos on senior health awareness and the art of wholehearted living, hit subscribe. Every week I'll be right here walking with you one step at a time. I'm Dr. Rose, your companion on this journey of healing, letting go and living true. Wishing you a peaceful evening and a gentle night's sleep. Old age isn't the winter of life. It's the autumn, tender, profound, and full of color, if only we learn to see with our hearts.